ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति वदान्ति। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So I welcome all of you to today's discussion. So Madhurya kadambani discussions. So, my voice is audible to everyone? Yes, okay. Okay, so last class, so just I can open our, yes. Can please check your WhatsApp account. So I sent the MK3. So what today we are going to discuss. And also I shared MK2. Actually, this is a one more file. So in the last week, I shared that also we are going to discuss. In MK1, in that file. So we are at the end actually. So you can open just that file. Otherwise, I can share my screen also. So you can see.
Bro, kindly send it to me, bro. Sandipan.
Okay. And who else want? And this, yeah.
I do want it, Prabhu.
Who is this, Prabhu?
Bhavadanya Chaitanya Das.
Acha. Shall I will send back. Prabhu, you are in the group?
I am in the group, Prabhu.
I will send once again everything back to group so that new people also can access that.
Okay.
So I sent it now.
Okay, Prabhu.
And yeah, so I think everyone is having the file. So MK1, 2, and 3. So these 3 files. The first file we finished actually first file. I hope I expect from the devotees to mute it from that side. Sound is coming. Yeah. In one file. Yeah, this is. And anyone remember from the last class? So what we were discussing, can add the points. This is anyone remember anything from this? This is Jivatma, Paramatma, Jiva, sorry. This Jiva in his heart, this Paramatma, Jivatma, hands. Anyone remembering anything from this? Material, new person.
Prabhuji, we were discussing like how this bija, bhakti bij, new devotees gets, and whether Lord is giving or from where he is getting. So we were seeing that if Lord gives it to the new person, then there will be allegation that Lord is doing pakshpat because he is giving to someone and he is not giving it to someone. Then we also discussed that if devotees gives, particularly Madhyam Adhikari. The Uttama Adhikari consider everyone's devotees, but Madhyama Adhikari Prema
Yeah.
Maitri Kripa Upeksha. So he
Yes.
discriminates. So when
Yes.
he discriminates and if he gives that bija, it is up to him. And if he gives the bija to a new person, the bhakti bij, then there will not be any allegation on him because he is anyway, his position is that he can discriminate. And Lord Kripa follows whatever is given. I mean, when the bhakti bija is given by devotee, then the Lord Kripa follows with that. And
Yeah.
Lord Kripa, along with entire parampara, Kripa of the entire parampara Guru also follows.
Yes. Yeah. And one more thing. Yes. Good, Prabhu. Very nice. Actually, you said. So, Ishwarenaiva swabhakta swikurvata swakrupa shakti sampradani krita swabhaktena tadrishasya bhaktotkarshasya danat. And you are saying that Lord's Kripa follows devotee's Kripa. Why Lord's Kripa follows devotee's Kripa?
Because devotee can.
Because of Bhakta Vatsal of Lord.
Lord is Bhaktavatsal, that's why.
Because devotee is captured by, Lord is captured by devotees.
Prabhu, Lord is controlled by bhakti.
Sadhana
And
bhakti.
Lord, but Lord is controlled by prema. How can you say bhakti?
We discuss about like sadhana bhakti controls the Lord.
Yeah.
You give the reference from Bhakti Sandarbha.
Yes.
So in that perspective.
That means we don't need only prema to control the Lord. Even sadhana bhakti also controls. That means Madhyam Bhakta is not in the fully situated in the prema stage. So completely situated in the prema stage. Like Uttamatikari. So he might be having prema, but not completely situated. That we'll be discussing in the 11th canto anyway further. So these three categories of devotees. And but the point is, he is not fully situated Madhyamadikari, and he is giving the bija, and his krupa is followed by the Lord's krupa. So that means Lord's krupa follows the devotee's krupa. That means why it is following? Because the Lord is controlled by devotee, but this devotee is not in the position of prema. Even he is controlled. That means sadhana bhakti also controls. That was established in other places of bhakti books, that is a Bhakti Sandarbha. So that's why the next to Lord's Kripa is also following that. This is the point we discussed. And anyone can add after this antaryaminascha ishitavyanam swadrishtoparjita bahir indriya vyapareshu niyamana matra karitvepi swabhakteshu swaprasada eva drishyate. So Lord is showing his prasada, that means mercy. So what is the meaning of this line? Can anyone say?
Prabhuji, we should not consider that because the devotee is also getting, he is able to give mercy because he is receiving it from the Lord. Therefore, we should not consider that his mercy is not first. We should not consider like that. I just remembered that point. I don't know if it is what
that
you
is
said.
yes, Madhi. So nice, but that is before point actually. So nacha bhaktanam krupayaha prathamya means so first. So pratham means asambhava. That means devotee's mercy is not. It cannot be first actually. Devotee's mercy cannot be first. But Lord's mercy only first, because we are knowing that the devotees are graced by the Lord. Like that, someone may say, but that is not right philosophy. Even Lord's mercy is not first, but devotee's mercy only is first. We are saying, but devotee's mercy is first. That means in the case of new devotee, if anyone wants to give the new devotee mercy, so that mercy, devotee's mercy, so new devotee, not new person. For is not a devotee, non-devotee we take. For non-devotee, this Bhakti bija is given by devotee. So that means devotee is having this mercy. This mercy is controlled by the Lord's mercy. Is right or wrong? Devotee's mercy is
No, Prabhuji, because the Lord, out of his affection for the devotee, gives him that independence, that freedom to choose.
that is controlled by the or that is initiated by the. So
Yeah.
my signal is okay. It's audio. Is any disconnection? Anything?
We can hear, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So can anyone say that mercy, whatever devotee is giving to non-devotee, so that is initiated by the or that is triggered by the Lord? So this
No.
statement is right or wrong?
It's wrong.
It's wrong statement. Okay, tell me, Mataji, reason.
Because he has the free will whom to give and whom not to give.
Achha,
Although
right.
his mercy is coming from bhakti, and bhakti is the Lord's coming from the Lord Swarupa. So in that way, yes, it is coming from the Lord. But you said the fine line is that he has the freedom whom to give and whom not to give, and the Lord does not interfere with that.
Yes. So Lord is not interfering in that. That is this mercy is nothing but the Kriya Shakti. So, and I'm asking other devotees. So bhakti is also, what is bhakti actually? I explained bhakti means. So bhakti is also
when we
bhakti.
use our Gyan Shakti and Kriya Shakti for the pleasure of Lord, then it becomes
then that is devotion. That is bhakti, we say. So Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti belong. I want to new person, actually, new devotee, another devotee. So in the classroom, another two student has to speak. So this Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti belongs to whom? Apart from this, whoever answered till now, other students. I will select otherwise. What is this Prabhuji's name? Kakinada. Prabhu, your name?
It's not there. This is Mahavadanya Chaitanya Das Prabhu.
Yeah. Prabhu, tell me, Prabhu. Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti belongs to whom?
Belongs to Lord only.
Lord means Jivatma, Paramatma, or otherwise
Paramatma.
body. Why not the Jivatma? Why not it is belong to Jivatma? So okay. Leela going Prabhu, be on the switch on the camera. I want to see your face all the time. Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti belongs to Paramatma. Why not it is belong to the body, or why not it is not belong to the Jivatma? So Ramchandra Prabhu, tell me. Ramchandra Prabhu.
Yeah, Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti is like these are the energies. Like the Jiva is only like the Chitkan, like and all these energies are belong to the Lord, and then Paramatma is basically facilitating these Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti, and then and the Lord and Jiva is only basically desiring.
Give a strong logic to say Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti belongs to Lord, not to the Jivatma, and otherwise not to this body. Give a strong logic.
Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti both are spiritual, like they are under the control of the Lord.
Why not that belong to the Jivatma? Jivatma is also spiritual. Gopijan Prabhu, please.
Prabhuji, and first of all, I have a doubt. That Kriya Shakti, you mean, is it Sandhini Shakti?
No, Prabhu. So here, in the material world, you see, we are having so many interactions, so many actions actually, you see. Now I'm raising the hand. this hand is raised. So that means some Kriya Shakti is needed. So, but if you take this this speaker, so it cannot move. It is not having any Kriya Shakti. So Kriya Shakti means, so the energy is which is used to so do the actions like lifting, walking. These are all, this energy is belong to whom actually in this whole body? This energy is
Rishikesha.
Prabhu?
Rishikesha. All the energies of the Indriyas are from the Supreme Lord.
But this hand energy is there, that now I'm raising the hand. So may I explain this mechanism, how this hand is raised actually.
That is only Anumantacha, even though I have the capabilities, but
Yeah.
it cannot work unless the Lord permits us.
What it mean actually? Why not? That means it is, I'm eating food and I'm getting energy. So that means Kriya Shakti belongs to the body. Yes or no?
Yes, it belongs to the body, but it is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
But
Anytime it can be withdrawn.
Yeah, actually Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti, they are belonging to the Lord only, not belong to the body. So what logic we give? Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti, if it is belong to the three modes, that means body means is made up of three modes. If it is belong to the body, then what should happen? Now, if you take a some, what I can take some here. So okay, this one. This is the speaker actually. This speaker also, if Kriya Shakti is belong to three modes, this speaker has to move itself. If Gnana Shakti belongs to the three modes, this speaker has to know its name. This speaker has to feel cold. This speaker has to so have the consciousness and then it can have the knowledge also. So that we are not seeing. So that's why from this we are clearly, this material is purely made up of three modes, and we are not seeing any Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti in this object. So that means Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti is not belong to the three modes, because yeah, this is clear. Next, Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti, is it belong to the Jiva? If you meet this question, you may get, because in this body means is comprised of the three things mainly. So total body, gross body and subtle body, you consider it as a out of three modes, and there is a small insignificant particle is there, that is Jivatma, and there is one more thing is there, that is Paramatma. So then, so if you next point comes to the Jivatma. So if Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti belongs to Jivatma, then but actually Jivatma is a Shakti, it's not Shaktiman. Jivatma is not a Shaktiman. It itself is a Shakti, and it itself belongs to someone, and nothing is belonging to him actually. He himself belongs like a servant is there, and he is fully servant of he is under the control of full of his master. So that's why how the servant can possess anything actually. Everything whatever apparently looks, it belongs to him, but that is belongs to the master only. So that's why Jivatma is being a Shakti of the Lord, so it cannot possess another Shaktis actually. So all Shaktis belongs to the Lord ultimately. So only remaining thing is Paramatma is remaining, and Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti is belonging to Paramatma. So then this Paramatma, so in someone's case, hand is working properly. That means Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti is flowing in this hand nicely, and so that it is working. And someone's case, it is not working. The reason is, so Paramatma is neutral, and why this difference is coming? Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti belongs to the Paramatma. You should give to everyone, and everyone's hand should work nicely. Why it is not working everyone's hand equally, uniformly? That is, yes, Mataji.
It's because of their karma, Prabhuji.
Yeah, karma is a principle which makes the difference between the one person to another person. So in application of this Kriya Shakti, because Paramatma sanctions based upon karma, Kriya Shakti to this hand or the Gnana Shakti. So that accordingly hands and legs and other body limbs, everything is functioning. So if any person, now let us take, so I made this picture and I told this is Paramatma and this is Jivatma. And Jivatma, if this Jivatma is devotee Jivatma, Then if he is giving mercy to the someone, so it's a new person, I said, this is a new person. Then what he is doing, he is might be giving this some flower which is offered to the Lord. So in that case, what is happening? So that means in this case, actually, so he is offering flower to this new person, which is offered to the Lord. That flower is offered by this person to the new person. In this time, Kriya Shakti is controlled by whom, actually?
By the free will of the devotee, Prabhuji.
Yeah, this is the point, actually. In this case, of course, in the normal case, what Paramatma is directly controlling based upon the karma, but in this case, so Lord is giving the full, that means right to this Jivatma to distribute, to utilize this Kriya Shakti and do Krupa on this new person. Is it becoming complex, actually, or is it clear?
Somewhat getting it clear, Prabhu.
Yeah. So
it's clear, Prabhu. So like you are saying that based on his karma, Lord has kind of given empowered jiva where he can do something. But for minute actions, that is up to jivas to take decision, like giving a flower or giving bhakti. Whether the same logic or this can be applied in case of a person doing ghastly karma. Because Lord, as a Paramatma, he is not controlling somebody is doing ghastly activity, like a very criminal activity. So Lord is not controlling up to that minute level. In general, he has sanctioned based on his karma, he can do it. Is it correct, Prabhuji?
Yeah, you see, in the case of karma, grossly karma, so now this is Jivatma, and it is having the karma. Karma is in the many levels, actually. That means karma kutam, bijam, prarabdam, aprarabdam, like this. Karma is in many levels. So karma, which is in the level of the subtle, that means vasana, that means in the kutam and bijam level. So that is going to influence this jivatma, and that is influencing this jivatma to do the ghastly activities. You're understanding? Karma is the inspiration. That means that impressions is nothing but the in the subtle this karma or vasanas, you can say. So impressions. So those are all there, and by those impressions, he is immediately getting the new desire, actually, and then ultimately, so based upon those that desire, so he wants to do some killing activity or something. So then Lord is sanctioning Kriya Shakti for that activity. So because ultimately this Jivatma is controlled by the karma, previous karma. So karma is acting in the directly or indirectly. So or otherwise karma is having the prarabdha stage. So karma is also in the many levels, karma which is in the prarabdha level. So that is giving the results. That is matured fund, actually. So you can withdraw that. And something is there which is not matured. So that is in the subtle level, and that is giving the desires. So that's why ultimately this person is controlled by those subtle impressions, and he is then at that time, so he is desiring. So Lord is sanctioning that. Lord is sanctioning. Lord cannot stop. Oh, this is you are going to do bad activity, no. So similarly, in the case of the devotee also, but in the prarabdha case, like you see, karma which is matured, that is prarabdha. Now his hand should not function because in the last life this person broken another's hand. So then that is that karma, that sin is matured. Now Lord is directly taking action that, oh, he's did in the last life cutting the other's hand. So now in this life his hand should not function. So he is based upon that prarabdha. He is simply making a hand inactive. Okay, and this Jivatma is going to do the new karma also. New karma, new things we can earn. So that Jivatma is influenced by that subtle karma or subtle sins, and by that it is getting the desire, and to Lord is sanctioning that desire. Because he is neutral, he is Paramatma is always, he doesn't have any partiality to anyone. So then he is allowing this Jivatma doing this sin, and he is incurring this sin, he is earning this sin, and he is added to this this bulk amount, this bank balance, this is karma. So like that in the normal person case. In the devotee case, so now devotee, he is a devotee and he wants to give mercy to new person. So then what is happening? Kriya Shakti, he can, so in this case also, so he is desiring to give new persons mercy. So Kriya Shakti is in his hand and he is Lord, that's Lord's sanction actually here also. Here devotee is desiring, non-devotee also desiring. So if anyone desires anything, Lord keep on sanctioning that. Keep on sanctioning. And so that's why devotees, by seeing this new person's pain, this devotee is getting the compassion actually. Compassion, how it comes? The material misery of this new person's is going to touch the Jivatma's heart. His heart is melted. So that's why Jivatma is starting feeling compassion towards him. And this pain touched, so compassion is feeling. And because of that, so he is giving his mercy. That is nothing but bhakti. So in the form of bhakti he is giving. And Lord is not stopping actually. Lord is not stopping this Jivatma. So that bhakti transformation, So that's why this Jivatma doesn't need any motivation from the Lord. This Jivatma to give mercy to new person, so it doesn't need any motivation. It is giving this Jivatma, this devotee Jivatma is giving mercy by his own free will actually, his own free will. And own free will means you can say this, why he is feeling the, so by seeing the misery of this, misery of this Jivatma, why he is feeling that is because he is devotee. That means his heart is already filled with the bhakti and is influenced by the bhakti. So that's why he is feeling. Ultimately, that is, otherwise non-devotees, they cannot give any bhakti to another non-devotee person. So that's why bhakti, ultimately, why his heart is melted, this Jivatma's heart is melted because it is a bhakti. So that's why bhakti is the cause. Yes, Prabhu, Ramcharan Prabhu, tell me.
So Prabhuji, like so when devotee mercy comes, so they come only when they see the miseries of the suffering souls, right?
Yes.
But but other ways also devotees mercy come when they see some sincere souls, right? Like when they see somebody doing some good service or something, they say like they are good people, but they are bereft of Krishna's knowledge. So then that also like mercy comes, right?
Yeah, that is also part of it. Ultimately, they are by nature. Ultimately, the main core principle is why they are good, but they are now in the pity condition or whatever. That means they are not in the good position. So that means devotionally they are not in good position. So let me give the mercy. So this is ultimately their low condition only is the cause actually. So they are not properly situated in the bhakti. So out of that only he is giving mercy. If someone is having a good position in devotionally, and that means well situated, he is in devotional service. So why person Madhyamadikari will not feel krupa towards the who is equal or the who is the Lord? So tadadhineshu, that means prema maitri krupa upeksha. So Madhyamadikari feel krupa towards whom? Towards the Ishvara tadidineshu balisheshu. So balisheshu means so ignorant people. So that is the problem. That is the thing actually. Philosophy is krupa is given to whom? Krupa is not given to the devotees. Krupa is given to the, so Madhyamadikari gives krupa to whom? We are discussing this angle only, not the guru gives this krupa to the another already devotee who is suffering. I mean, he already have the devotion, but he is somehow is some anarthas are there to destroy that So Guru gave Krupa or some Sadhu gave Krupa. That we are not discussing.
Okay.
But the new person case actually. So Madhyamadhikari is giving his Krupa to Balisha. Balisha means ignorant people. Yeah. So we'll go to the next topic. So MK3 file will open. MK2, sorry. So here Kimcha Svechavatara Charitaihi iti Svechamayasya ityadi Pramana Shataihi Avagatena Swachan. Actually, it's difficult for me to study in English. I will follow this Sanskrit.
So in that sense, it is advantageous to learn Hindi Guruji first.
Is also good. I shared the two files. That means if you like to follow English diacritics, you can open a shared file, and if you like to see the Sanskrit Devanagari, you can see the screen, your screen, so that you can follow me. So both
This
are
also
okay
can be
for
shared,
me.
Prabhu. This can also be shared.
Yeah, this can also be shared. If you want, I can share now.
Yes.
1 second.
So that's it.
This. किंच स्वेच्छावतारचरितैः इति स्वेच्छामयस्य इत्यादि प्रमाणशतैः अवगतेन स्वाच्छन्देन अवतरतोपि तस्य भूभारहरणादेः स्थूलदृष्ट्या हेतुत्वे इव निष्कामकर्मादेः क्वापि द्वारत्वेपि न क्षतिः. Can anyone read the English of this? Okay, I will open that also. Okay, I will read. Okay, no problem. Moreover, though the Lord's descendants through independence is known from hundreds of evidences, like Lord's appearance and activities are completely by his own will. Still, removing the burden of the earth is shown as a cause superficially. This sentence, so is clear. What is said here? It is said that there are so many references in the Shastra. Pramana Shataihi. Pramana Shata means hundreds of proofs are there. For what? For saying Lord's descendants is independently done, is independent. That means Lord descends into this material world independently. Independently means nothing is the cause actually. Externally something, he himself, that means he's coming here, and anything is out from him is not the cause. There are no any external causes. So like example, you are going to railway station. So why you are going to railway station? So to catch a train and you want to reach to the new place, maybe from here to go over to New Delhi. So you'll go to the Mathura, and you are going to Mathura and you want to catch a train actually. So you are going to Mathura. Why you are going? That is descending, or why up you are going or appearing there. So because some cause is there, you want to reach to Delhi. Similarly, Lord is coming from the Goloka to this material world. So what is the cause for this? What is the cause? This already we discussed it at the beginning. Once again, it is coming here also, this point. What is the Leela going to tell me why Lord comes to material world?
Here it is shown, it is said that paritranaya sadhunam.
That means to
Like
protect devotees is coming.
no, no. Here it is said that it is shown that removing the burden of earth is shown as superficially, but the Lord is coming is independent.
Independently means
By his own free will.
So Lord is coming to this material world just to, for the sake of, just he is coming for the sake of devotees. Devotees means who are devotees? Whoever is having the devotion. So just for the sake of devotion only he is coming. Where devotion is non-different from his Swarupa. Devotion is function of the Swarupa Sakti. That means devotion is non-different from the Lord. That means Lord is also having the Swarupa. That means Swarupa Sakti. And that Swarupa Sakti is one of the, this devotion is also part of that Swarupa Sakti. That means devotion is non-different from his Swarupa. That means devotion is non-different from him. That means he is coming for the devotion also, is not going to violate the any principle of coming for the external reason. Okay, he is coming for his own sake. That means ahaituki means, so there is no other hetu. He is coming for himself. That is not a hetu actually. It's only for his enjoyment. Okay. So ultimately, so he is coming. That's it. That is the meaning of independent. Independent means there is no any external something foundation. So if you are a teacher, then you have to go to the school. That is your duty, and that is binding you. That post, that means teaching post, is binding you, and where teacher post is not the Swarupa of the Lord. Teacher post is the Swarupa of the Lord. Is not the Swarupa of the Lord. Is not Swarupa of the Jivatma. So is not for Swarupa of the any person. It is only for the Upadhi. It's for the time being. And it means since you are teacher and you are bounded to go to the classroom, and you are going to the classroom actually, and that means there is that teaching post is different from your Swarupa. So that's why that is external cause actually. Okay, so that is the external cause, and like that, bhakti is not the upadhi to the Lord. Bhakti is a part of his Swarupa. So if he comes for the bhakti means, so that means that is not destroying. That means of the Lord is coming for others' sake. No, this is not going to be established by this. Okay, you understood? Lord is coming independently means this is the meaning. There is no external cause. There is no external cause. There is nothing to achieve him in this material world. Even killing the demons is not his duty actually. And he is having only all the time he keeps devotion in the hearts of the different people, and he plays with that. He enjoys that. Like children, so they are just playing actually with this small gudiya, that means clay. They're like toys. Like that here from his Swarupa Sakti only is bringing out this bhakti and keeping, and he's enjoying. So that's why it's just his play. He's playing actually. And killing the demons happening automatically while protecting the devotees. That is a fact actually. But what? Api, even though he is coming independently, is descending independently, but we see Bhubhara Haranade Stola Drishya Hetutya. Yes, Leela going Prabhu.
So, Guruji, the root, the statement which you told is that the devotion is Lord Swarupa Shakti.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so the Lord Swarupa Shakti is non-different from the Lord. So from there only you brought the point, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So that means ahaituki. The word ahaituki is nothing but what? Phalantar anusandhana rahita. That means phalantara. There is no expectation or the phalantar anusandhana rahita. There is no correlating of some result, actually, some result. Phalantara, that means some other result. Phalantara anusandhana rahita. That I explained in the last class also. Last means last to last class, I think. So just it's like this.
Prabhu, what is the proof? Is there any proof for this statement? Devotion is Lord Swarupa Shakti. Like,
Oh, pura complete Bhagavad Sandarbha is had.
yeah,
Proof.
you are saying, but is there any specific shloka which you would like to?
Yeah. So bhakti is so in the Bhakti Sandarbha we
You
went through
covered this point, I remember, but in this,
several anuchedas. It's established Kriya Shakti and this Gnana Shakti. That means Kriya Rupayaha Bhaktehe, Gnana Rupayaha Bhaktehe. So Nirgunatvam. And at that time we discussed this.
okay.
Yeah. So ahaituki, that means causeless mercy means what? Causeless word you should understand. Many times you say causeless. What is this causeless? Ahaituki. Causeless, ahaituki are independent. Swecha. So independent, causeless. So phalantara anusandhana rahita. Phalantara anusandhana rahita means, so phala, that means result, antara means other result. Anusandhana means correlating. So that correlating is not there. Rahita means is not there. So bhakti is done for the bhakti, then it is ahaituki. Or something is done for something. Or otherwise, bhakti is done for bhakti. So to get bhakti, if you do bhakti, you are doing bhakti for getting of bhakti. Then this is ahaituki. Like if you do for, you are doing the karma for getting the money, result, money. Money is different from, it is a phala actually. And we are doing the karma for getting the money. So that's why this money is different from the swarupa of the karma. So that means to get the money, you are doing the karma. Here, phala anusandhana, phalantar anusandhanam is there. But in the case of the bhakti is done for bhakti is phalantar anusandhana rahita. This is. So that's why Lord is coming for the sake of what? For the bhakti only. And his swarupa is, but this bhakti, where this bhakti is non-different from his swarupa. So that's why it is there is no cause actually. He is coming just so for his own bhakti. So that's why it is ahaituki, or otherwise independent. We say independent. This understanding. Now, like this, to prove this, there are the so many statements are there in the Shastra. But now, but still, Lord is independently he is coming, descending. But we still say that, oh, Bhubara Haranadehi, he is coming to reduce the burden of the earth. Like this, we say some external causes. Bhubara Haranam means reducing the burden of earth. So this kind of saying is only superficial actually. We are showing reduction of the burden of the earth as a cause to descend Lord in this material world. But this is only superficial cause. This is not the real cause. Real cause is coming for his own enjoyment. He is coming for the bhakti. But he is Bhakta Vatsala. So while he is enjoying with the bhakti which is kept in the heart of the every devotee, that bhakti is also giving enjoyment to those devotees also. You're understanding? Like in the sometimes what is happening? So in the rich man's house, these some cook is there, and cook is cooking. So cook is cooking the some snacks or something, and that is for the sake of rich man. And those snacks are have fully eaten by that person, that owner. Cook is cooking, but he never tastes also sometimes. Everything is taken by him and or his family members. He's just preparing and just only he is getting pain. But if you see, in the case of Lord and devotees, it's not like that. In the case of general material world, it's different. The Swami and this servant and the master's relation. Where is this? Lord is giving his devotion in the heart of this jiva. And he is playing, he is enjoying that bhakti. Lord is enjoying that bhakti. Because in this heart, this bhakti is bija kept by the some Vaishnava. He kept, and that is growing. That is growing and it is yielding and giving the fruits. And those fruits are enjoyed by the Lord. But what is the ground for that seed to fertile and get the sprout and growing, and what is that field for that? Heart of the Lord is the heart of the Jivatma is the heart of Jivatma. Jivatma's heart is field. Bija is given by Vaishnava, Sadhu Sangha. And and after that is poured. So water is poured by the Lord's mercy. So water is poured to that, and it is growing and giving the fruits. And for that, even he needs further association of the devotees and Guru. And that fruit, whatever is coming, that's maybe that means Sakya Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya, and so madhurya Rasa. That fruit is having that kind of any one of rasa in that. And that is enjoyed by whom? Lord is enjoying that. And devotee is growing that fruits in this land. What is the land? Heart is the land. He is doing only craftsman work, only hard labor. What? And he is not getting any taste of that fruit. But in the material world, so labor, they grow the plants in the garden, and those fruits are all enjoyed by the master only. But labor may get, may not get. But in the case of devotion, it's not like that. Whatever fruit is Lord is enjoying, even this devotee also enjoys both. Because Lord is Bhakta Vatsala. He is so merciful. He is having karuna. He is giving enjoyment to Jivatmas. That is the thing we are doing. We are in our heart, Vaishnavas are seeding a bhakti bija. And what we have to do? We are being a Jivatma. We are meant for what? We are meant for the Lord's pleasure. And that's why we should, that seed, whatever the given to our heart, carefully you should put water into that. So by regularly chanting, actually, that's the Lord's holy name. That's nothing but Lord's Kripa. Holy name is nothing but Lord's Kripa only. It's Lord's form. It's not different from the Lord. And that is making that that seed into slowly sprouting, and it's growing. And we should not do any anartha, so that no weeds, so that bhakti bija, bhakti lata can grow very nicely. And that is going to give the fruit, actually. So that means that fruit is so tasty, and Lord likes to take. That means when we become so perfect, in perfection we get in this dasya or in the sakya. So Lord relishes, actually, that rasa, actually, whatever is there in our heart, he relishes. And also we also get relishment. He gives that relishment to us also, because he is a Bhakta Vatsala. And also Aham Paradinaha. Lord says that I am the servant. We have to do this craftsman work. So like a gardener, actually. And we should not destroy that bhakti bija. So our destroy means we cannot destroy that. So just we do offenses and neglect it, and it will be there. So because once bhakti bija is kept, is so powerful, in any lifetime, anytime you got association and bija is given, maybe it is falling on some stones, that means anarthas, because of heavy anarthas in our heart. So that may not be is going further, but still it is having the scope, and some other day someone removes this anartha, and once again this is going to grow, actually, sprouting and growing. So now what is said here, stula drishtya hetutve iva nishkama karma dehe kwapi dvaratvepi na kshatihi. Here the analogy is given, this analogy, actually. What here it is said, in the case of the Lord, of course, Lord is descending in this material world independently, but still we are giving, so reducing the burden of the earth as the superficial cause. Similarly, we are seeing that Nishkama Karma Yoga is the superficial, is the entrance door for the bhakti. Like this, we are hearing. That's the point. Nishkama karma dehe kapi dvaratve api na kshatihi. Sometimes we hear Nishkama karma yoga as the and I'll read in English. Similarly, Nishkama karma yoga means activities without the desire for any results can sometimes be that means Nishkama karma yoga, activities without the desire for any results. This is just here kama is needed, because this is just the English translation of this. So can be considered as the door to bhakti. Some editing is there, English editing is not so fine-tuned English, this is. So because we are just translating and giving, because a lot of mistakes are something there in the other files. So that's why, but here editing problem is there. I will show you how to read, because I only wrote, so maybe it is not so fine-tuned. So you can, it can make sense. So I can do like that. So we are seeing here, Nishkama Karma Yoga is the cause for the bhakti. Like how we are seeing the Bhubara Haranam is the cause for the Lord to descend. But actually, Lord is independent. Similarly, bhakti comes from bhakti only. Bhakti is not coming from any Nishkam Karma Yoga. So, but superficially it is said. In the case of Lord also, superficially, Bhubara Haranam is said as a cause. Similarly here, in the case of bhakti also, Nishkam Karma Yoga is a superficially said cause only, not the really cause. Really, who is the cause for the bhakti? Bhakti is the cause for bhakti. That already we established. So from this, that means in the last picture, this above picture, we already this here said actually. So Lord's ahaitiki krupa, that means this kriya shakti which is invested here in this new person is the cause. So that kriya shakti is in the form of bhakti. So that is invested here. Bhakti is the cause. Anyway, that is the thing. Bhakti comes from the bhakti. What Gopijan Prabhu, you are raising hand.
Prabhuji, you said sometimes when Madhyama gives bija, the seed, it may fall in the rocky heart, which is full of anarthas.
Yeah.
Someday those anarthas will go. How those anarthas will go? That means my basic point is how my anarthas will go.
Yeah. Generally, anarthas goes when the practitioner do the intense chanting. But to do intense chanting, but this bija, this bhakti is in the level of bija only. So until unless this rock is not removed, this bija cannot sprout and he can do the bhakti. So that person, it can grow, bhakti can grow. So to grow bhakti, first of all, rock should be removed. To remove the rock, grown bhakti is needed. It's interdependent. You are getting.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to understand.
Yeah.
I have anarthas, because of which I'm not able to do the devotional service.
Yes.
Then how the devotional service comes to me?
Yeah. So then how I can progress? You can say how one can progress. Yeah. So to progress, this should be removed, and but then this can grow. If it grows, then only it can be removed. So it is interdependent cause. So this kind of in this self-help is not the best help. Generally says in the material world, self-help is the best help, but self-help is not the best help here. So one cannot help in this case. Then who is going to help? I told some other time actually. Anyone wants to say answer for this?
Guru or some very senior devotee.
Guru Krupa actually, especially this is taken by the Guru only. Not because it is a heavy stumbling block actually. So that is the thing actually Guru does. So it can be the Siksha Guru or Diksha Guru. So whoever is taking the responsibility of this devotee, I have to make him to progress in the devotion.
That means so that means Guru Krupa means it's again Madhyama's basically Madhyama's mercy only, right?
Yes. So because he's not progressing, so that means someone associated this new person and he gave the bija and he left actually. So in our case also we'll be seeing, oh, someone took us to the temple and they made us to hear the holy name, and after that he disappeared from our life. But we are not, sometimes we do mala and sometimes don't do, and just not having so interest and not showing. And all of a sudden someone is coming into our life in the form of Siksha Guru. And Siksha Guru means who that means what is the definition of Siksha Guru? There are many gurus are there. Shavana Guru is there. Just he make you to hear something, that's all. He never care about your condition your condition, and he may not so much concerned about your progress. Just he is speaking whatever fact is there in the Shastra and going. Like example, myself, I am Shravana Guru for all of you, not the Siksha Guru or not the Diksha Guru. Siksha Guru are that person who takes the responsibility of your progress, and he is examining, he is asking, and he is seeing, and he is putting his whole devotional energy on you, and he is removing this. So Adi Diksha Guru, so they take care actually. Those are important roles actually in our devotional life. Shravana Gurus just they give the Shastra Gnana, and they don't see in the individuals whether some blocking is there. They don't ask whether you are doing chanting from the day and counseling. That means asking your devotional progress. No. So that's why in Bhakti Sundarbha it is explained. Gurus are three, at least four actually: Shravana Guru, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and Bhajana Guru. Like this.
So
that
here,
we will discuss. Yeah.
So here actually, both are doing the same roles, whether it's a Siksha Guru or Diksha Guru. Both are taking responsibility
Yes.
for engaging the devotee for his progress.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, and that day you also said that Shiksha Guru also has to share some sins.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, Prabhu. Because if something is blocking is there and some reaction, so he should accept.
Prabhuji, these anarthas and aparadha, these are two different things, no? Whether anartha can be because of aparadha also?
Anarthas are is a superset.
Okay.
Anarthas is a superset, and offenses are is a subset of that.
So, but aparadha is more difficult to remove than anarthas, no? Because anartha just with name can be removed.
So anyway, it is coming. Anartha Nivritti we're going to discuss in the same book.
Yes.
So this anartha are existing in the many ways. So Sukrutot anartha, Dushkrutot anartha, so Aparadot anartha, Bhaktyot anartha, like these four categories it is total. So that is one is the Aparadot anartha. Anartha means unwanted thing due to offenses, unwanted thing due to the bad karmas, unwanted thing due to the good karma, unwanted thing due to the some results of bhakti. I mean that anyway we will discuss and it comes. What is the bhakti uttanam? Okay, Prabhu.
Yes.
So now we'll progress in our discussion. So like this, sometimes some people they say Nishkam Karma Yoga is the door, is the entrance door for the bhakti. But actually, no, actually. So, Kwapi Dwaratvepi Nakshatihi. Even in the case of Lord, also we are saying Bhubar Haranam is the cause, just superficially only. Kincha Yanna Yogena Sankhena Dana Vratata Podvarai Vyakhya Swadhyaya Samnyasai Prapnuya Yatnavanapi Ityadina Dana Vratadinam Spashtameva Hetutva Khandanepi. So now, okay, we'll see the English. There is no harm. Nakshatihi. There is no harm in such consideration. So that is the thing. Kwapi dvaratve pi nakshatihi. Moreover, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Kincha. Kincha means moreover. You try to learn a Sanskrit also. Sanskrit is so easy language. If you go through these English lines, I try to translate as it is Sanskrit. That means that's why English structure is not so so firm actually, because we cannot, when we follow the as it is Sanskrit, so English also lines became a little bit complex, but we try to preserve the as it isness. That means so that I don't want to add any extra points from my side. So try to preserve the Sanskrit text as it is. So that's a kincha means moreover. So you see here in this, what is that? What we are seeing? Yanna yogena sankhena dana vrata tapodvaraihi. So vyakhya swadhyaya sanyasaihi prapnuyad yatnavan api iti. This is from where? This is from the Bhagavatam. That's why I wrote Srimad Bhagavatam 11.12.9 says, what it is saying, what is the meaning of this? So, although one endeavors by mystic yoga, Sankhya yoga, charity, vows, austerities, sacrifices, describing Shastra, studying the Vedas or renunciation, still one cannot achieve bhakti. So, ityadina dana vratadina spashtameva hetu khandanepi. So, next line is ityadina. So, from this Bhagavad statement, what we are understanding, Yanna Yogena Sankhyanna, we are clearly understanding that although one endeavors, so by mystic yoga and Sankhya yoga, so and so cannot achieve bhakti. It is clear that from the Bhagavatam, bhakti cannot be achieved by these sadhanas, mystic or Sankhya and charity vows, so and so. Ityadina, dana vratadina, spashtameva hetu khandanam. That means whatever the sadhanas mentioned in this sloka, those cannot be hetus for bhakti. That is there, but still, api means still. Danavrata tapoma japaswadhyaya samyamai Shreyo birvivadai vividhaischa anyai Krishne bhaktirhi sadhyateti. What is saying this sloka? Now see this sloka meaning here. Is 10:47:24. Though, that means still, in such verse, charity, vows, and other pious activities are clearly rejected as bhakti. But, api means but, api means still or but, I can take. In another verse of 10th canto 47:24, it says, Bhakti unto Krishna is attained by charity, strict vows, austerities, fire, sacrifices, japa, study of Vedic texts, controlling of the senses, and by the performance of many other auspicious practices. In the 10th canto 47 sloka, what it is saying? Bhakti is coming from these sadhanas. And 11.12.9, Bhakti never comes from those sadhanas. Okay, that is the point he is mentioning.
So how to understand both? Both are contradicting each other.
Yes, Prabhu. Contradictory each other. So here, that's why next line he is giving. Yad, yes, Prabhu, good question. So yad hetutvam, yad hetutvam actually. Sandhi, if you make, then it is yad hetutvam it becomes. If you remove the sandhi, yad hetutvam sruyate, that means we are seeing from this sloka, these all sadhanas are as the cause for the bhakti. That's why yad hetutvam, whatever causality we are hearing from this sloka, that one kalu Jnananga bhutayaha satvikya eva bhaktehe natu nirgunayaha premanga bhutayaha. Actually, no other sadhanas can be the cause. But here we are hearing this sadhanas are as the cause of the bhakti, means that bhakti is not nirguna bhakti. Nirgunayaha premanga bhutayaha. So these sadhanas are not cause for this bhakti, but they are cause to the satviki jnananga bhutayaha satvikyaha bhaktehe satviki bhakti. They are cause for the satviki bhakti. That is English statement used to, English line you follow, English translation. In this text, whatever cause for bhakti is, that means hetutvam, is sruyate means is heard. So cause for bhakti is heard. That refers to satviki bhakti, which is an anga of jnana. So this bhakti is different from the nirguna bhakti, which is an anga of prema. Now what we are hearing here, two things we are hearing. Bhakti here we are hearing satviki bhakti, nirguna bhakti. And satviki bhakti is anga of whom? Tell me. Satviki bhakti is anga.
Jnana Yoga.
Jnana. And nirguna bhakti is anga of
Prema.
Prema. This is the point actually. So
One question for this. Bhakti is always nirupadhik, na? So sattvic bhakti means bhakti in modes. Why this term is coming bhakti here? Sattvic bhakti.
This is Satviki Bhakti. This is Nirguna Bhakti. This is Anga for, I will put another box. This is Anga for Jnana. And this is Anga for Prema. And Satviki Bhakti is Anga for Jnana, and that's why I'll put arrow like this. Nirguna Bhakti is Anga for Prema. And what we are seeing here, this for this kind of bhakti, here what are these? Dana, Vrata, Tapa, Homa, Japa. All these sadhanas. Dana, Tapa, Japa, Homa, and so and so. All these are sadhanas for Satviki Bhakti, not the Nirguna Bhakti, where this is the Anga of the Jnana. Jnananga Bhuta. Bhakti, Bhakti can be the Anga. What is the difference between Anga and Angi? You know? Anga and Angi.
Like body is anga and hand, yes, and those things are.
Body is Angi and hand is the Anga. Okay. So example, in the case of the Karmi's case, what happens? Karmi's case, whom we call Karmi? Who is doing the pradhana, that means mainly karma. And for the karma, who is the Anga? Bhakti. Bhakti is the Anga and karma is the Angi. In the case of Karmi, they are performing the karma means yajna. Agnishtoma yajna they are doing to go to Swarga. Agnistomena yajeta, Agnistomena Swarga kama yajeta. That someone who is desiring Swarga, he has to do the Agnishtoma yaga, yajna. That's a karma. There you will be using the Vishnu's names. Om Apitro Pavitro Va Sarvavastayam. So aisa karke, like that, you will be using the holy names. Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu.
Karma Mishra we can say here.
No, Karma Mishra is different. So here you are making Bhakti Maharani as what? As a part of this procedure. Yajna is need the Dravya Suddhi. Example is in Yajna you will be using the different Samhita. Samhita means firewood, and Agni you will use, and you will be using the Purodasha, that means cake, that offering oblations, ghee, ajam, many things you use Dravya. Dravya Suddhi, how you will do? You will be chanting the Vishnu's names to purify, because Vishnu name only can purify. So there's a Dravya Suddhi is the part of this one of the activity in the Yajna. And in one activity, so you will be uttering the whole Vishnu's names. So the uttering Vishnu names is just a procedure, actually, procedural thing of performing this yajna. So that's why here bhakti is becoming what? Uttering holy name is bhakti or not? Krishna Vishnu's name is becoming the procedure, actually, is the procedure is involved step. It is one of the step in the whole performance of whole thousands of activities, hundreds of activities are there in Agnishtoma Yaga. In that, you are for Dravya Siddhi, you are chanting holy name. So it is a one among this total. So that's why it is what bhakti is what? Bhakti is Anga. And total is Yajna, is Angi, which is comprised of, these are all karmas, various karmas. So that means you are offering oblations to the devatas and so and so, so and so. All these activities are the, what do you say?
Ji, Prabhuji, uttering the Lord's name in the process of a yajna, how can we understand this when we say sadhana bhakti is also a process, and japa yajna, I mean, even the holy name also we do it as a
Prabhu, actually, so in the case of so a lot of combinations are there, Prabhu. So when you come to the Sarupa Siddha Bhakti, Aropa Siddha Bhakti, and Sangha Siddha Bhakti, so they're all combinations we see actually. Now I'm just in brief, I'm saying only just it's how the bhakti is becoming anga in the case of the karma. Same.
Okay, so these holy names, can I say, which are being specified in the Vedic rituals, say Purusha Sukta, etc., etc. You meant to say?
These are Lord's names only. Vishnu. That means, like for example, Dravya Siddhi. Everyone use same. That means Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. 3 times chanting the Vishnu's name. So chanting Vishnu name is bhakti, and which is the one of the step in this whole total performance of yajna in yajna. Okay, bro. So like that same way, in the case of gnana also like this, in the case of gnana also, this is gnana we are making in that bhaktis. These are the various steps are there which are related to the gnana. There bhakti is the anga actually. Jnananga bhutayaha bhakti satviki bhaktehe. So hetutvam dana tapa homadinam. So gnananga bhutayaha satvikyaha bhaktehe angatvam. This we are seeing. That means dana tapa japa homa, these are all becoming the cause for the bhakti, which is the anga of gnana. That means this is the bhakti, and total is the procedure of the gnana. This total is procedure of the gnana. Like this total procedure is the, for the karma. This total procedure of the cultivating the gnana. Otherwise, for cultivation of the gnana, we have the several steps actually.
How can we understand this, when we say apavitra pavitruvam sarvavastanga topim? I mean, it is for the purification. Okay, it's for shuddhi, it's Dravya Shuddhi. Even when we take our holy name in the stage of Nama Aparada stage, even that also actually we are doing shuddhi of our aparadas, isn't it not? So even that is also how and where.
Yeah, Prabhu. Yeah. See, Prabhu. This holy name, whatever I am saying, this bhakti, chanting of the holy names, which is the procedure of one of step in this total procedure of this karma. So this holy name utterance, who is performing? One karmi is performing all these activities. What he thinks, this Sri Vishnu, this Vishnu's name is meant for the purifying the dravya. That means he is committing the 8th offense.
Okay, you mean to say the intention of the person who is doing there is a karmi for the result, but the intention of a devotee is not for the result, but for the love of the Lord. So that makes a difference. You mean to say that?
So here, let me finish, Prabhu. So this karmi is thinking that this bhakti is what is the 8th offense? I'm not immediately remembering. Eighth offense, tell me. Considering
The chanting of Hare Krishna is one of the auspicious
ritualistic activity.
One of the ritualistic activity. So he's thinking what is for the meant for only purification. Is a ritualistic activity. He's thinking, and because of this offense, Bhakti Maharani is feeling bad actually. So why this guy is making me as a servant of this karma? So he is making me to just to purify this dravya. That's all. That means he's making, so his anga of this karma means is a servant of this total procedure. She became here. So then she is not going to purify the anarthas of this person, this karmi. And because she is feeling offense, holy name is feeling offense. So towards himself, towards him. And but Bhakti Maharani is so merciful, na? So at least that means she is giving the result of this karma. That means she is becoming servant. That is the greatness of the bhakti. So becoming servant of this and participating and producing the result of this karma, phala. She's not stopping, but she's not doing the miraculous activity. What? Purifying the anarthas and giving the bliss, nothing. That is happening in the case of karma. This will discuss in the, it is there, Prabhu, in the 6th canto, 2nd chapter, actually, 11th sloka, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary, if you see. There he explains this karma space. Okay. So that's why it is not, any purification is not happening. We heard that one time holy name itself is destroying all the sins, but this is not going to destroy us.
So it gives the results, means it gives the material results, you will say.
Yeah, karma result. That means Ajay the Sarga, why he is doing Yajna? For gaining this Swarga. So he is going to get this Swarga. If Bhakti Maharani didn't cooperate with, and she is not purifying the Dravya, and karma will not lead to the result actually. Unpurified Dravya is utilized in this Yajna process. So that's why no result. But she is cooperating. She is merciful actually. Because that is a Shastra anyway. So Lord gave this kind of Shastra. So she is participating in that. So, but you see, in the case of Jnanis also, what I want to say, they also make Bhakti Maharani as Anga to produce the Jnana. What is the Jnana? That means I am not body, I am the soul, I am Brahman. That is the Jnana actually, not the Bhakti Jnana. So here what? You are doing the Swadhyaya, you are reading the Vedas, you are doing the tapas, and these are all the various activities, like in the karma also, offering oblations, and after that offering to the, and after that so many other activities to the Indra, Chandra. They are all different activities. And here Bhakti Maharani is assisting. Similarly, here also in the case of Jnanis, Bhakti Maharani is assisting to these sadhanas. So, and ultimately they are leading to produce the Ajnana. So here, what we are saying here, Satviki Bhakti. So Satviki Bhakti is the Anga of the Jnana, Jnananga Bhutayaha, Satvikyaha Bhaktehe. So Bhakti, so for that Bhakti, so these Dana Tapa Homa, Dana Tapa Japa Homa, and so, they are all becoming the just cause. So what it means, you can say like this also, Prabhu. Satviki Bhakti and Satviki Bhakti means if you do Shravanam, Kirtanam, and so. I am explaining a bit clear here actually. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevan Archan, this Navada Bhakti. If you do out of desire of moksha, you want to get the liberation. So to get the liberation, if if you utilize the Shravanam Kirtanam, then this is known as Satviki Bhakti. If you use the Shravanam Kirtanam, that means Sakshat Bhakti, for getting the material results, then it is known as Rajasika Bhakti. If you use the Shravanam Kirtanam to kill someone or to destroy someone, then it is known as Tamasika Bhakti. If you do Shravanam Kirtanam to get the prema, then it is known as Nirguna Bhakti. You're understanding? Little bit different actually. You violate this Gnani's case actually. This is appropriate actually. This thing you take out, and this is actually. This is clear. Anyway, this Karmis thing I said this is true, and this Gnani's thing is not applicable here. Actually, this way approach I am doing, so that approach is not. This approach is not necessary now. But what we are saying, Dana, Tapa, Japa, Homa, so and so, they are all Angas for the, they are all, sorry, Hetu for the Satviki Bhakti, which is Anga for the Gnana. So what is Satviki Bhakti? Shravanam Kirtanam, if you do for the liberation, for the sake of liberation, then it is known as Satviki Bhakti. That who said? Kapil Bhagavan said in the third canto. And for the production of this kind of Satviki Bhakti, Dana, Tapa, and they are all useful. This kind of Satviki Bhakti. To produce this Satviki Bhakti, that means in this case, Satviki Bhakti, what you are doing? You are using Shravanam Kirtanam for the sake of liberation. That means Kaivalya Kama. Liberation means Kaivalya Kama. This is appropriate. So for getting the Kaivalya, you are using the Sakshat Bhakti. So then this Bhakti is known as Satviki Bhakti. So for production of that kind of Satviki Bhakti, Dana, Tapa are used. So, but Nirguna Bhakti, not for the case of Nirguna Bhakti. In the case of the Nirguna Bhakti means if for getting the prema, for getting the bhakti itself, or prema you can say, for getting the for the Lord's pleasure, otherwise prema means for the
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. We are not able to see you or hear you.
Prabhuji, in between we could not hear you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, now we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. So for production of this kind of Satviki Bhakti, this. But for the production of the Nirguna Bhakti, who is the cause? Bhakti is only the cause. Bhakti is only the cause for the Nirguna Bhakti, and which results to the Prema Bhakti. Nirguna Bhakti comes from the Bhakti. And this Satviki Bhakti, so which is going to give the Kaivalyam. That's why Kaivalya Kama, that is liberation. It's going to give the Gnana means it's getting the liberation actually. The gaining the knowledge is nothing but the liberation. Getting free from this material misery. And that is the outcome of the Satviki Bhakti. And that kind of Satviki Bhakti is produced by the this dana, tapa, japa, homa. What it means is, you have any still how they are assisting, what internally happens, you want to see inside? I will explain a bit. In the case of Satviki Bhaktas, what is happening? So they are practicing the dana, tapa, homa, so and so, and some kind of where in this processes, these are the different sadhanas, and these sadhanas are used. He is doing the dana tapa with the desire of, final desire of is what? To get the kaivalya only, kaivalya kama. And he is doing the kaivalya for, he want to achieve kaivalya. So
Kaivalya means
tapa,
moksha.
moksha. Yeah, he wants to get the moksha, and he is using all these sadhanas. Tapas is doing, homa is doing, and so and so and so. Swadhyaya is doing shastras, and finally he is doing the chanting also. All these will help him by doing these gnana margas, these gnana sadhanas actually will help him to become more desirous for the kaivalya. These sadhanas help to produce the difference between the matter and the spirit, these sadhanas. And there he is also, this person is using the Shavanam Kirtanam, this Shavanam Kirtanam, Swarupa Siddha Bhakti. So for the getting the kaivalya only. So since that is also there, what is happening? So ultimately, so he is practicing tapas, jnana, dana, tapa, japa, homa, all these. So to become successful in kaivalya, and so that in between, that means what is happening? He is in that process, he is using this this process of hearing and chanting and so and so, because in the gnana sadhanas, so their bhakti is also mentioned. You also like you hear in the karma process, see in the karma process, so there Vishnu's holy names also is uttered, na? Like this in this process of this attaining kaivalya. So here Shravanam Kirtanam and so and so are also to do, that means recommended actually to do all this. So, and he is doing that, and he is doing, and he is with the desire of kaivalya. So here, since Swarupa Siddha Bhakti, this is the Japa Tapa, sorry, Shravanam Kirtanam, these are all doing with the desire of kaivalya. That's why it is known as Satviki Bhakti. And how these are all becoming hetu? Because by doing this, his kaivalya is desire for kaivalya is increasing, and also this kind of bhakti, actually here Satviki Bhakti, and this kind of Satviki Bhakti can be produced, or is not clearly explained here actually. I'm trying to go inside, because G. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is just one word he mentioned, Satviki Bhakti. He didn't define also what is Satviki Bhakti, but that Bhakti Sandarbha from we are getting that. So we tried, but so this much we can understand here. Ultimately, whatever this slow controversy is there between these two. So here Dana Varta Tapa Homa Japa Swadhyaya Samyamaihi Sreyobhihi Vividaischa Anyaihi Krishna Bhaktirihi Sadhyate iti. So this context actually, if you 1040 is 4724, if you see, this sloka is telling about the Satviki Bhakti, and for that means Krishna Bhakti Sadhyate means it is going to bring, now I can say, so you can say like this. So these practicing of dana tapa japa homa, so these are all going to practice, they are all leading to practice the Shravanam Kirtanam with the intense desire of getting the Kaivalya. So in that way only, so you are now you can say these are all hetu. So dana tapa japa homa are hetu to get the satviki bhakti. So that finally the satviki bhakti lead to the Kaivalyam, merging into the Brahman.
Can we in any way give a credit that these all can be sukrutas, or they can be converted as sukrutas, or no?
These actually explained in the books actually, like you see, like karma. There, karmi's case, in the case of karmis, karma, and also this reading here, you see, this karmi is doing the karma here, that is sorry, bhakti, some little bhakti, that means Vishnu's names is chanting. And this bhakti is coming from where? Is there any sadhu sangha is there in the case of karmi? There is no sadhu sangha, because this is given in the scripture and he is following that procedure where there is for Dravya Siddhi, Vishnu chanting holy names is mentioned. So that's why we are not saying him as a bhakta. This karmi is not called at all a bhakta. And this offense, whatever he is doing, so towards the bhakti, that is only limiting, that bhakti is limiting to give the result of karma only, and not purifying the heart of this karmi. And when this karmi can become devotee, when he get the association of devotee, and when he explains when he gives the seed of the bhakti, that means, and by that association, then that means in that position, this karmi should understand that Lord, through the association, Lord's holy name, that is chanting of Lord's holy name, is bhakti, and it is far, far superior than the karma, and I should not commit any offense of, that means considering the Lord's chanting holy name as the part of the karma, this kind of ritualistic activity, considering this chanting holy name as a ritualistic activity, this kind of mistake I did and I should not do. So with that kind of understanding, if we get, and if we see bhakti is different from the karma, then only he can come out from this, and he will be known as now bhakta. Who is bhakta? Who understand bhakti is different from the karma and gives the importance to the bhakti as it is. Then you can say he is karmi as bhakta. In the this is clear, na Prabhu?
Is there in any way
but
give any added advantage for him to get association with the devotees?
This karmi should get association of the Vaishnavas. No.
Unless he gets the association, he will not get the bhakti, that is clear. But yes, this satviki bhakti will
now I come to
for that?
One second. Now I will be coming to our case. This is example I am taking karmis. Now we come to here. So in the case of the satviki bhakti. So in the case of satviki bhakti also, what happens, so we are also following the Jnana Marga is also explained in the Upanishads and other books actually, in the other different scriptures. Okay, there it is mentioned actually there it is mentioned that you do yajna, tapa, and dana, and vrata, and so and so swadhyaya, and after that doing these procedures, so you come to the stage of chanting the holy names, so she hearing and with the desire of Kaivalya. Then after that, so you will be achieving the Kaivalya. So okay, here bhakti is doing what maximum it can do, only the purifying the heart, and finally so he will be getting that result of this, so result of this procedure, that is he will be situated in the jnana, that means I am not body, I am soul. So that he will be freed from this material entanglements, so material bondage. When one considered as a body, then only bondage is there. No, he is not considering body himself, and he is becoming the mukta, jivan mukta, and he is considering himself as the, so I am not, so a body, and I am jnana, I am soul. So here, what is happening? These procedurals, this means gnana, tapa, homa, japa, so and so, are leading to. So, and then the next step to fix his activities, devotional activities, shavanam, kirtanam, and these are all helping in the basic level, and so that this person can fix. So his thing just to practice these things, this Shravanam Kirtanam, with the desire of what? Kaivalya. In this case of Jnani also, he is not seeing this Shravanam Kirtanam as pure bhakti. He is seeing these are all as a one of the step procedure in finally reaching the goal. That means attaining Jnana. I am not body, I am soul. You understand? So here this bhakti, this Suddha bhakti, sorry, this Satviki bhakti is ultimately bringing the Jnana, and that's why it is anga for the Jnana. Okay, like in the same way in the case of karma, here also bhakti is anga for the karma. That is, karma means yajna, that's total. Here also this is becoming the anga, and this kind of bhakti is produced by these things. They are becoming hetu. Okay.
Prabhuji, two small questions. One is Prabhuji, like this karmi, he's doing this kind of karma. So basically, he's creating offense basically towards holy name.
Yes, yes.
Correct, no? And later on, when if he becomes a devotee by association of devotee, then he has to do devotional practice to clear all those offenses. Correct, no? Those offenses will be piled up.
Definitely. They are all piled up, and now that's why we don't know in how many lives we became karmis and accumulated those offenses. And until then, he should get the Suddha, that means Bhaktas association, Madhyamadhikaris association, Bhaktas association, and understand the significance of the bhakti, and realize that bhakti is different from the karma, and do the japa. So then those blocks will be, those offenses will be removed. Previously, whatever he did.
That is what we were discussing that day in case of like Ajamila in very short.
Yes, exactly. Ajamila case even is worse than the karmi. Previously he was karmi, and after that associating with the woman, so he didn't karmi also.
But he was not having any offenses, no, Ajamila.
Yeah, so that's why in that previously means in the sorry, actually there Vishnu says that even previously he was just a child actually assisting his father, so he didn't perform any yajna on his name also. So you can say he was just 16 years 17 years boy actually he is, and he is associating with the woman this, and he is not karmi also actually. He didn't do that kind of sacrifice also, becoming Yajman and doing that, nothing, he didn't do anything.
So what is the difference, Prabhuji? Like Ajamil, he was not having any offenses. So as soon as he has uttered the name, as you said, that he did not have to go through all these processes, and immediately he was like entitled. But mass population as of today, when we see that people like we have come to bhakti, but we are not getting that kind of result in the case prema or bhava, we are not getting, because we have such kind of many offenses piled up, which we have to pay. Correct.
Yes, Prabhu.
And the second very small question is, Prabhuji, I heard this, although we are calling Satviki Bhakti and Rajasic Bhakti and Tamasic Bhakti, but Bhakti itself is not Satvik or Rajasic or Tamasic, but Bhakta, that the person is Rajasic, Tamasic. Is it correct? Or Bhakti also we have to call Rajasic?
No. Now you see, I will explain one thing actually. Now there is a crystal is there. This is crystal. And you kept a red cloth here. This crystal always looks transparent. So when you keep a red cloth near to this crystal, it looks like red crystal. You say no red crystal. You are not observing the connection between this crystal and this red cloth. Just in front of that it is kept, and now it looks red crystal. So you say red crystal only. Why you are imposing redness on this, which is not the inherent quality, only for being. So similarly, this Shravanam Kirtan is Nirguna only. It is pure. But now it is the intention of the Kaivalya. That means the Kaivalya means what? This is a Gnana. Gnana is what? Sattvat Sanjayate Gnanam. Out of sattva guna, jnanam is produced. So that means this person is desiring jnanam means he is situated in which guna? He is situated in, that person is situated in sattva guna. Then only he will desire the jnanam.
Yes.
He is desiring jnana means he is situated in the sattva guna. That means his heart is influenced by the sattva guna, and with that sattva guna heart he is doing this nirguna bhakti. So that's why the heart sattva guna is imposed on this nirguna bhakti and said as satviki bhakti.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I had one question, Prabhuji, about
yes,
actually this is about the story that you told us the other day in Bhakti Sandarbha, how the hunter shot a bird and the dog took the bird in the mouth and circumambulated the temple,
yeah.
and the bird became eligible to
Yes,
go back
yes.
to the head. So in that case, there is no devotee involved, no, Prabhuji. We were talking about Bhakti Abhas, but how without the involvement of a devotee, this bird got Bhakti?
Yeah. This is one of the same question which further Anuchedas is going to be discussed. So that bird is getting this kind of opportunity. So this is also because previously that in the case of Ajamil also last minute he is chanting the Narayana's name, and he at the time of death, and that's why Ishnudutas appeared. Why it is happening? Because already uh, he called the first time, that means in Namakarana Samskar he called the, so first time that means Narayana name. He called the Narayana by that Anadas. But why he got that kind of opportunity? That means why he got that kind of opportunity to keep the Narayana name only? Because so you can see the Prabhupada purports also there. Somehow some other time when Vaishnavas came to his house when he was there in the childhood, so Vaishnavas he served some association. Similarly, in the case of that is the cause to give his son's name as Narayana, and that association is caused to give his son's name as Narayana, and he uttered Narayana, and by that his sins are destroyed, everything, and the dad and future sins also destroyed, and then finally, so he is able to chant Lord's holy name. Similarly, that means Narayana's name for that is Adrushtam actually, that is there, and the Sukriti is there, and he chanted the holy name of the Narayana at the time of death, and Vishnu is the king. Same in the case of bird also, what could have happened? We should assume that definitely this bird in the any lifetime associated devotee. So it got the some kind of, that means bhakti bija and bhakti, and now because of that Sukriti, that association only, it got the opportunity that being in the mouth of dog and circumambulating. So ultimately sadhu's interaction could be there somehow or other in that Jivatma's case.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That we'll discuss, Mataji. Once again, the same topic will be raised by Jiva Goswami, and he discusses that background. This should be the reason, like that. Even Abhasa Bhakti, also if someone does, that means before that some sadhu sangha is needed. Or otherwise, Aparadikta Abhasa Bhakti also can give the result. Even in that case also. Sadhu Sangha is needed. Without Sadhu Sangha, no, nothing is possible. And yeah, I'm going out of the time actually every time. So because I'm not able to go quickly, how many days it will take this book? Already 10 o'clock. Let us see, finish this.
But if you will do like you're doing Bhakti Sandarbha, then only progress will happen. Because you're allowing questions like freely, then it will take more time.
Yeah, I want to take this class very closely and with the students actually. I have no time constraint actually, no time constraint.
That is extra mercy.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Really.
Yeah. So let us see. We'll slowly go. Maybe it may take another 2 more months extra. No problem. I am not hurry of doing so many courses, but one course also it's good actually if we do peacefully. And anyway, Saturday, Sunday only. So okay, I will finish this just 2 lines, Prabhu, please. So Kechittu Danam Vishnu Vaishnava Sampradanikam. I hope this line is clear. That means how Gnana, that the controversy is removed. Actually, so first line we are saying Yajna, Gnana, Tapa, Homa, Ityadi are not cause for the bhakti, means they are not cause for the Nirguna bhakti. We are saying in the second line, Dana, Varta, Tapa are the cause for the bhakti, means they are cause for the what kind of bhakti? Satviki bhakti. Okay, it is clear, Prabhu?
Yes,
Controversy,
yes,
controversy is removed. Now next final line, this is the only one line I do. Kechittu Danam Vishnu, this is Kechittu Danam Vishnu Vaishnava Sampradanakam Vratan Ekadashyadini Tapastat Prapti Hetuko Bogadityaga Iti Sadhana Bhaktyanganyeva Ahuhu. If you see the same sloka, Dana Vrata Tapa Homa Javatsa Bhaktirhi Jai. That means Dana Tapa Vrata Tapa Dana Vrata Tapa Homa Japa Swadhyaya, these are all giving bhakti. Means if you see another Acharya's commentary, Jiva Goswami's commentary on the same sloka, he says that here these are all giving Dana Vrata Tapa. They are giving bhakti, means they are all done with the consciousness of bhakti. That means dana means what you should take here, giving a donation of a cow on the day of Krishnashtami. Vrata means what we should take, so doing the Ekadasi Vrata. Tapa means what you are taking the here. Tapa means eating only prasadam, that is austerity. And Homa means so Yajna. Yajna means Nama Sankirtan. So some people they take here Dana Vrata Tapa Homa as, instead of taking as it is, they take it as the sadhana, angas of the sadhana bhakti. That means giving a donating on the Krishnashtami day is also dana, but it is what? It is anga of the sadhana bhakti. Vrata, doing Ekadasi Vrata is also anga of the sadhana bhakti. So that's why sometimes some kind of vyakyas, if you see on this sloka, they take all these as the angas of sadhana bhakti. So then sadhana bhakti is giving the bhakti. That is a prema bhakti. Like that they take. That is another interpretation. Some others, Kechit means some other they do like that. You see, and please see in English translation. So then you can understand what we wrote here. So here, some Kechit means some also explain. That means some devotees you can take. Some devotees also explain that the word dana in this sloka refers to charity for Vishnu and the Vaishnavas. Vrata refers to Ekadasi. Janmashtami and others refers to Tapasya refers to austerity such as giving up enjoyment to attain the Lord. So like this. Then they are called different parts of sadhana bhakti, limbs of sadhana bhakti. They are like that also interpret. And but here our Vishwanath Chakravarti is explaining another explanation, his own explanation. These are if you say these are all the Satviki Bhaktis angas. And next finally, what is that line? Final line. Tat sadhyatve bhaktehe bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya itivat nirhetukattvameva siddham iti sarvam samanjasam. Finally what? Tat sadhyatve bhaktehe. So finally we are saying when prema bhakti is attained by that sadhana bhakti, if you take this second, finally, ultimately, our whole discussion is centered around what? From the beginning, we established first Lord is appearing, not today's class, from the day one actually. So after Mangalacharanam sloka, just I am a little bit summarizing. Mangalacharanam is over. Then after that, we established Lord is descending into this material world independently. And Bhakti is also Swarupa of the Lord, is not different from the Swarupa of the Lord. So that Bhakti is also appearing, should appear independently. That we should establish. Then we consider this karma, maybe the cause. No, karma cannot be, because then Bhakti cannot be. So nirhaitiki, that means if you show some cause, some external thing is a cause for Bhakti, then our aim is not achieved actually. Our pratigna, our statement is not fulfilled. So finally, we discussed only Madhyamadhikari's Bhakti. That means he is the cause for the Bhakti in the new person. And that we established. And after that, so that means Bhakti is cause for the Bhakti. And sometimes we see in the Shastra, so the like in the example is given, like in the case of Lord also we see sometimes, so Lord is coming for the Bhubhara Haranam, like and in the some other case in the same way we are seeing that the Gnana Tapa Homa, they are producing the Bhakti. So there actually what kind of Bhakti we should take there? That's a Satviki Bhakti. So Satvik Bhakti, which is part of the Gnana only. So that is not having any connection with the Nirguna Bhakti, which is not we want, which we want. So that you understood. So finally, what we are saying here. So ultimately, conclusion is Bhakti comes from the Bhakti. So that's right. So Bhakti is having, then the causeless nature of Bhakti is established. Ahaituki, nirhetu tattvam. Okay, people please go through all the files once again and sit and deeply meditate and try to imbibe into your heart, and then you feel so confident, and it will give the lot of shraddha on the Bhakti. This clear understanding will help us to gain the more and more shraddha, and so many doubts are there in our heart. So that's why we are not able to give full effort to practice Bhakti. Sharanagati is a symptom of shraddha. So like if you get fever, what you will do? What you will get as a symptom? Heat. Body temperature will increase. So similarly, what is a symptom? If you want, Saranagati is important. How it comes? As one the Shraddha. How Shraddha means what? All the doubts should be clarified. When it is clarified? So in the case of Vaidhi Bhakti, when you have deep study of the Shastra, understand the things, and when you get the full faith on the Bhakti, then you will do that Shraddha will help you to fully surrender to the Lord. Sharanagat. That's why. So to become Sharanagat, what we need? Shraddha is needed actually. Shraddha is the Sharanagat is a symptom of Shraddha. So that's why I request students, all students to deeply understand whatever points we discussed. And
Prabhuji, this 11.3.31, so that you'll discuss tomorrow.
11.3.31. And next coming,
No, in this one only, last line. How Prema Bhakti.
Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya, this sloka. Yeah, this this line actually, this simple line. Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya. So Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya means, so by Bhakti which arose, which appeared from the Bhakti. So so here if you see, when Prema Bhakti is attained by the Sadhana Bhakti. 11.3.31. What is the total sloka? Let me check actually. Here one Bhakti is Prema and one other Bhakti is Sadhana Bhakti. Mother 31.
Yes, Prabhuji, 11.3.31.
Sangratah, Smarantah, Smarayantascha, Mitaha, Aguha, Aga, Agauga, Agauga Haram Harim, Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya, Vivarti Utpalakam Tanum. So, remembering and making others to remember. The devotees of the Lord constantly discuss the glories of the personality of God among themselves. Thus, they constantly remember the Lord and remind one another of his smaranti smarayantascha. Means remembering and making others to remember. And fast times in this way, by their devotion to the principles of Bhakti Yoga, the devotees please the personality of Godhead. So, who takes away from them everything inauspiciousness. Being purified of all impediments, the devotees awaken the pure love of Godhead, and thus even within this world, their spiritualized bodies exhibit symptoms of transcendental ecstasy such as standing of the bodily hairs on end. So here, what is Utpulakam Tanu means, that means a body where hair is standing on its hand. This kind of body is because of what? Because of the bhakti. So because of the bhakti, what is that? That's the prema bhakti. Sanjataya, bhaktya sanjataya. That means which arose from the bhakti, sadhana bhakti. What is that sadhana bhakti? Smaranti smarayantascha. That means remembering and making other to remember. And by that kind of sadhana bhakti, this prema bhakti appeared. And by that, what happened? This body is on the body hair is standing on its hand. And this. So that means here this is a proof actually. So bhakti is cause for bhakti. Yeah, sadhana bhakti means bhakti is cause for prema bhakti is also bhakti. But we see there Dhyana Tapa Vrata, they are all cause for the bhakti means they are all cause for the Satviki bhakti. Yeah, not the Nirguna bhakti.
So, Prabhuji, are you saying that Smaranam is the main cause?
Smaranam Smarayantascha, when remembering, and is one of the limb of ninefold devotional process. So
but it could be anything, no? Chanting or remembering.
Yes, anything. Every limb is having potency and also but having the difference actually. Every sadhaka initially should do only Shravanam Kirtanam. Smaranam he should not do. Smaranam is later part actually. When we have anarthas in our heart, so at that time Smaranam is not possible. For the Smaranam, Chitta Suddhi, Antakarana Suddhi is important. Until unless Antakarana Suddhi didn't happen, so one cannot enter into the Smaranam. So to enter Smaranam, what is required? Antakarana Suddhi. So that is happening by what? Shravanam Kirtanam. So Shravanam Kirtanam, who can do? Anyone can do. Even one is having the contamination in the heart. So vibrating tongue and hearing, opening the ears and hearing is not a difficult thing. But Smaranam means what? Remembering the Lord in the purified heart. Are they remembering the holy names and seeing the holy names in the heart? That is not possible without purification. So that's why Srila Prabhupada gave what process to us? So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This is the highest process. Many people nowadays that they are deviating our people, our ISKCON, our Prabhupada followers to follow this Smarana Marga. And it's a immature guidance actually. So Srila Prabhupada said the perfectly thing, and we don't need to search the other people. So who are following the Smarana Marga and trying to following the immaturely without purification of the heart. When we purify our heart by chanting, Smarana will come automatically stage. That is automatically purified heart. You will be easily Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leelas. All these you can remember. That is possible too. But I am seeing this disease actually not. I am not saying to you, bro, but just.
No. It's important, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Nowadays we are many people.
But if it is coming automatically, means from within, then.
Yeah, when heart is purified, then it comes actually automatically. You'll get the taste, and also you'll always see the Lord actually in the not directly Lord, but just this holy name. You can remember. You can Smarana means remembering. You can remember the holy name. You can remember the Lord's qualities. You can remember the Lord's form. You can remember the Lord's leelas.
You're right, Prabhuji, because we can also think that when we are very new, that time remembrance was not there, kind of, almost.
Yeah. Now also slowly it comes, as much as by doing because anarthas are going by the only chanting only, by the taking holy name only. Whatever anarthas are there in the heart, those will go. Smaranam by smarana, anarthas will not go. So holy name will be pleased by taking holy name only. So the stumbling blocks are the anarthas, especially what? Nama aparada. Nama aparadot anarthas, due to offenses towards the holy name. That offenses are leading to anartha, and that anartha is the main stumbling block, and that will go by the japa only, by the holy name. And that's why it's very important actually. Smarana, we should not jump actually. They don't chant and just simply say that, Prabhu, I am remembering in my mind. So I am doing japa. That's mind japa. These are all no. Japa should be done actually. Hearing, chanting and hearing. This is a very crucial process. Important. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much for giving extra 1 hour. So keep on. I like to be with devotees like this. And anyway, we'll also try to make up the time also. Slowly. I will try. Just please bear me and bless me so that I can something speak. Yeah.
We are taking that as extra mercy, Prabhuji. It's not that we are allowing. It is good that you are giving. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. So, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyo Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.